Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I am going to present about case study on investigating photosynthesis. My name is Puan Farah Fazana binti Syahrul Zaman. Table of contents. This case study consists of introduction, questions, conclusion and references. Introduction. Most living things on Earth depend on photosynthesis. It is a process that requires light energy to convert chemical energy to the form of sugars. This process carried out by autotrophic organisms such as algae, cyanobacteria, and plants. Plants take light energy from the sun to make sugar and carbon dioxide as well as water from the soil to release oxygen. Then the oxygen gas that produced will release back into the air. Photosynthesis process is crucial for Earth because it gets rid of carbon dioxide from the air since it produces the oxygen gas. It provides food for us. It can also maintain atmospheric oxygen level and supplies organic compounds. The small organelles in the plant are called as chloroplasts, which store the light energy of the sun. Chloroplasts have thylakoid membranes that contain photosynthetic pigment. Each pigment will absorb and reflect different color of visible light between 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers that can be seen with our eyes. In plant, there are many types of pigment, but the important pigment is chlorophyll. And chlorophyll also exists in various forms, but the most major form is known as chlorophyll A. This chlorophyll A absorbs light within the blue and red light waves, and it will mainly reflect green light waves and make the plant's leaf appear green. Other pigments that can also be found in plants are chlorophyll B that reflects blue-green light, and carotenoid as well as xanthophyll that reflect orange and yellow lights respectively. Question 1. What happened when Hildy used a translucent green curtain to the wavelengths of light? The green curtain will give green light to the plant, so the plant will absorb most of the green light waves and reflect other light which in sunlight will make them appear different color, such as magenta to red color. Since the chlorophyll A in the plant will almost use red and blue light wave from the sunlight to reflect green. The plant appears green because photosynthesis does not use the green light. The green light is the least effective wavelength of light because it can be deflected by some species of plants. Thus, it will slow the rate of photosynthesis. Question 2. Why does the herbicide inhibit carbohydrate production? It inhibits carbohydrate production because it binds at the specific site in photosystem 2 complex in the plant's chloroplast. Then it will block the electron transport, which make the electron cannot pass through it and stop the carbon dioxide fixation process. Furthermore, due to the lack of electrons that falls down the electron transport chain, the production of energy needed for photosynthesis to produce the carbohydrates that will store as starch decrease. The food producing process in the plant will disrupt it and it will affect the process of photosynthesis. Question 3. When the plants are dying, why do you think the leaves are turning to yellow and not just brown? Okay, when the plants are dying, the leaves turn to yellow because it lacks important green pigment chlorophyll. This will make the leaves not productive and cannot be photosynthesized perfectly. This process, known as chlorosis, which is a situation that happens when the leaves don't have enough chlorophyll to produce the green color. Besides that, it turns yellow because it gets a little light from the sun, as it is put under the translucent green curtain. Translucent means it allows some light to pass through it. This condition also will limit the rate of photosynthesis. On the other hand, fluorosis happens because it lacks of essential nutrients and inappropriate use of fertilizers, which is atrazine. It can decrease the amount of nutrients such as potassium and nitrogen needed for the plants. Low amount of potassium shows that the leaves edges turn bright yellow but the inner leaves stay green. In conclusion, photoautotroph organisms such as plants make their own food from water and carbon dioxide through the photosynthesis process in the presence of sunlight. For photosynthesis to take place, it needs enough light to produce sufficient energy. In other words, the more light absorbed by the plant, there will be a greater rate of photosynthesis. To be more specific, the light absorbed by the mesopigment, which is chlorophyll A, that absorbs blue and red light waves and reflects green as a color of the leaves. Different pigments will react to the different wavelengths of visible light. Besides that, plants also need essential nutrients to extend their life and support their biochemical needs. Plant nutrients may be composed of either organic or inorganic compounds. Organic compounds contain carbon, such as carbon dioxide, that obtained from the atmosphere. Second, inorganic compounds, which majority from the soil solution, such as nitrogen and potassium, that required by plants. Low amount of nutrients may give bad symptoms, which are stunted growth, death of plant tissue, and chlorosis due to the lack of chlorophyll. Here are some references that I use. Thank you for your attention.